Residents of Sanctuary Hills, if you are registered, evacuate to Vault 111 immediately.
You too.
What's going on, people? Stoney Gamer here, and I grabbed Fallout 4 this week, obviously, but I want to do a review, a proper, longer review for you guys of the full game. But right now, I just want to go into my impressions, give you guys the good and the bad, and a little bit of ugly about what's currently in Fallout 4 and how I feel about the game. So, let's hop right into it. So, what works for this game? First off, the open world is great. Bethesda is just known for crafting these giant, expansive open worlds where you can really go out and do all these different things and get into a bunch of different shenanigans. And it's no different here. The open world is huge. There's a bunch of different activities dotted all over it for you to get into and just explore and just spend countless hours doing a bunch of crazy nonsense in the wasteland. And that is great. Also, the combat that you get into while you're in the wasteland is the funnest combat I've played in a Fallout game, period. It's very similar to the old games. You can see the VAT system is back, but this time it's improved. It slows the game down to a crawl instead of completely stopping it, so it allows you to tactically pick which parts you want to attack just as you could before. But you kind of got to be on the lookout. You got to be on the move because you can get shot. You can get fucked up while you're doing this, which couldn't happen in the old game. So I feel like it adds a bit of risk and reward to the system and a bit more of a dangerous feel to the open world. You can't just go out there and kind of pause the game like you could in Fallout 3 or New Vegas and pick the guys that you want to go at and just kind of shoot to win without any type of recompense coming back at you. This time you really got to be aware of what can happen, because if you got a guy on the left of you and you're vatting all the way on the other side and he's in your blind spot, you're gonna die. Even though your time is slowed down, that guy's gonna. Alright, while we're on the subject of weapons, let's talk about managing your inventory. You're going to want to stay on top of this aspect of the game because it's kind of where the whole world is based off on. It's based off of you salvaging scrap from the wasteland and making it useful to yourself somehow. So when you're out there, you're going to be picking up things from guns to duct tape to lighters to just random junk, and all of it can be used somehow to help you in the wasteland, even if you're just selling it to a merchant for a few bottle caps. But you're going to want to stay on top of your inventory because you can get over encumbered in this game, which means you can only carry a certain amount of things, and if you're too heavy, you're gonna just not be able to run or escape or agile at all. You're gonna get fucked up out there. So inventory plays a huge part in this game as far as managing your weapons, storing certain things at your home base or sanctuary, and coming back and knowing when is a good time to leave one weapon here, pick up new weapons. All that feels good in Fallout. Most games make inventory management a chore. Fallout actually kind of makes it fun. At least this new one does. And I personally enjoy going through my inventory, picking out the best possible weapon or item for the situation, figuring out how I'm going to use it, and applying it to what the fuck I got to get done out there. So inventory management, in my eyes, is a plus. I enjoy it. If you don't like that type of thing in video games, I don't know if this is going to be the inventory management system. It's like when you over, like, hey man, come on man, let's put all this shit in this book bag and you'll see how fun it is. Like, it's not that type of inventory management where you're just having a great time playing Tetris with your things, but it is fun in the aspect of in a tactical way. If you like using your brain in games and picking out specific things that are going to help you and make your playthrough easier and actually more fun, then you're going to enjoy the inventory system in this game. Alright, on to the bad. Okay, these are the things I don't like about this fucking game. And I'm going to start with the graphics, alright? Obviously, if you've looked at this game, if you watched any videos about this game, if you've even been online talking about this game, you know the graphics are a point of contention with the fans. The graphics are not anything special. Like, they are literally nothing to write home about. They are not next gen. And I say that in the nicest possible way because the scale of this game is huge. It's by no means a ugly fucking game. The game does not look horrible. It's just when you compare it to some of the other titles and the particle effects and things that we've seen lately, such as The Witcher and even Batman Arkham Knight, which is a game I didn't truly enjoy, but the graphics and the presentation of that game were at a different level. And I feel like Fallout isn't exactly at that same level of polish. Maybe it's because the scope of this game is just so huge. Like a lot of people have been saying, the world, the environment, and all that stuff is gigantic, and you're right, I'll give you all that, but there is a certain level of polish that we've come to expect from these next-gen games, at least now, at the end of 2015. I expect my game to look a bit better than Fallout 4 does right now. The hair physics and things like that, they just aren't there like they are in other games, and like I said, you can blame it on the scale of the world, and how big it is, and that's fine, but it doesn't make it it's not a great excuse. Like, when other people can go a little bit further, I feel like if they put a little bit more polish in this game, maybe released it a couple months later, something like that, the graphics could have been a bit better. They could have made it a bit more to the level of some of the other things that we're seeing on this new gen platforms. And this next part goes right hand in hand with the graphics frame rate. Okay, now I haven't encountered huge problems with the frame rate in my playthrough. I'm playing on the PS4 and I have experienced slowdown. The game does run, it's supposed to run at a 30 frames per second, a solid 30 frames per second, but I have seen it drop a nice bit below that. I've heard some people say they've even gone into the single digit frame rate. I haven't got there yet. Maybe that's under really heavy, intense combat situations. You'll see the game drop to those super low frame rates. Me personally though, I have seen the frames drop, not that low, like I said, but I have seen them drop a decent amount, and it does disappoint me to see that constantly happen. Like, it's nothing game breaking, it's nothing crazy, but there are frame rate hitches in this game, and there's definitely frame rate drops and screen stalls, screen tearing, and stutters that I've experienced. So if that's an issue for you, if you're one of those guys who's like, my frame rate must be 60 frames solid at all times, you're gonna have an issue with some of this shit in Fallout 4. So if frame rate's an issue for you, there are some frame rate hitches in this game. Alright, this one is more of a personal complaint of mine, so you may not agree, but this main character is boring as shit. I mean, like, so boring, so unlikable, so monotone, to the point where it's like, dude, what the fuck? I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but the first level of this game has a huge kind of shocker moment involving the main character, and then afterwards she's like, yeah, alright, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I'll find out what happened. And I'm just like, dude, act like you want to, motherfucker. Like, I totally am not buying anything you're talking about. I can believe you're just as much going to grab a fucking six-pack than you are about to get to the bottom of this shit. So, as far as the main character goes, he's nothing special. And the customizability on the characters, I like it, don't get me wrong, but I would have liked to see more things. Like, the few hairstyles that we have are kind of whack, and there wasn't really one that I personally enjoyed, so I kind of had to settle for my hairstyle. So like I said, this may not be a problem for you, but I feel like the main character in this game is lackluster. He's nothing special to write home. I don't know, I like to feel like a hero, like I'm doing something with somebody that's worth doing it for when I'm playing the games. This dude, I'm just like, man, you are a sarcastic douchebag, and that's kind of what he is, even when you don't pick the sarcastic, like, the sarcastic, freaking conversation option, Mass Effect style, because they do have conversation options in this game. But even when you don't pick the sarcastic conversation option, this dude still goes out of his way to sound like he does not give a shit. So I do not like the main character in this game. I'm only like about a few hours into the game. Like I said, I'm still not like super far. I'm doing so many side quests. So maybe his story becomes more prevalent and stronger, and he becomes a stronger dude over the course of the game. But right now, man, fuck this guy. And last, but certainly not least, the glitches. Oh my god, the glitches. There are so many glitches in this game, and I know a lot of you are like, man, Fallout and Bethesda games always release with glitches. They always release with fucking problems and game crashing bugs. Why is that okay? Why are you okay with that? Like, this game has a lot of glitches. I'm only about level 11, and like I said, that's because I'm just searching the world. I'm not rushing through it like a lot of people want me to, but I'm only level 11, like I said, and I've already encountered so many glitches. I can make like a 1 minute to 2 minute glitch montage if I really wanted to. If you guys want me to make a glitch montage, you let me know, and I'll make a glitch montage of all the glitches I've encountered in this game, because there are quite a few. None of them have really been game breaking per se for me. I've had to reload a couple, like one specific mission where I'm going to this diner and a woman's supposed to initiate a conversation option with you, start a quest, and every time I went to her, it never fucking popped up, and I ended up having to restart the whole mission a couple times before it actually worked for me. I've heard some people have experienced, not even some people, I heard a lot of people have experienced game crashes with this game and system resets and whatnot. Me personally, like I said, I haven't run into any potentially game-ending, game-crashing bugs yet, but they really got to get this stuff ironed out. We cannot be at a level where we just allow people to come and give us games that are kind of half-baked, half finished, and with this type of level of glitches in it. And I get that you guys are giving it a pass because Bethesda. Same thing with their the graphics, because the world is so huge. We kind of let them take a little back door and let them get a pass for these type of things. And don't get me wrong, I understand, because a lot of people don't put the same level of polish into their games that Bethesda do. Most developers don't. Let's be real about that. But it doesn't make an excuse. it doesn't make an excuse for not properly Q&A in these games and having people beta test the hell out of this so that we can make sure we're not experiencing these type of game-breaking bugs at launch. This should just be common practice at this point. But it's not just Bethesda that's releasing broken games. A lot of people are Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed. But yeah, it's a problem for me. So if you guys have issues with glitches, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what type of glitches have ended your game and what you've had to do about them. So there you guys have it. Those are my first impressions on Fallout 4. I do like the game. I'm sorry this video ran a little longer than I expected, but I do like the game. I don't want it to make it seem like I don't like the game. That's why I listed things I enjoyed first, because I know you were all just going to focus on the shit that I don't like. So if you guys like this video, you want to see more videos like this, and you want to see my Fallout review coming up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit all those buttons in the description box below and all this stuff. Follow me on my Facebook, and yeah, look forward to more, guys. Until then, peace.